country in the world, and it is worth fighting for. It is worth bleeding for. And if it takes it, it's worth dying for the greatest country that this world has ever seen.
Hey, it is, what day is it? Is it Tuesday? The days are all running together for me. It's Tuesday, and it's only been 2 days in this week. Good morning, dear American family. I'm glad you guys are here. My name is Chad Prather. Welcome to the program. We got a lot of stuff to get into. I don't know if we're in the advent of World War III or if we're going to see some JFK files drop today, or we're just going to make fun of all the insanity that's going on in our world. Probably a little bit of all of it. We're here to break it down for you in a very informed and critically thinking way. I know that this is where you go to get, let's just call the Dear America program your think tank. I want you to hit the likes. I want you to hit the shares. I want you to hit the subscribe button. I want you to do all the good stuff. Would you like to know what's on my mind today? You want to know what I woke up thinking about today? It's going to surprise you because it's not JFK files. It's not World War III. It's not Gaza, Israel, Iran. It's not warships in the Middle East. It's none of those things. I woke up thinking about podcasting. That's what this is. This is a podcast. It seems like we've lost sight. I was just sitting there thinking this morning, I was like, I remember 10 years ago, start a podcast, they said. Start a podcast. 10 years ago, I was in Beverly Hills, California. They told me, you got to have one. If you got a platform and you're popular, you got to have a podcast. They said it'll be easy. People are going to listen. People are going to love you. It's going to be hugely successful. Sound like a dream. I mean, I envisioned myself lounging on a beach sipping coconut drinks with a little umbrella while my podcast just raked in the cash. Nobody mentioned the sleepless nights. Oh, those glorious nights. I've become best friends with insomnia. We share secrets. I think insomnia has gotten a little too clingy at this point. And then there's the early mornings. I wake up before the sun, which means I'm not even sure if the sun still exists because I live in a studio. Yep, I've just been thrust into a perpetual state of podcasting purgatory, asking for clicks and likes and shares and follows and subscriptions and for someone out there to blow up the chat. Blow up the chat. All the exhaustion and energy expended just so some stranger might someday extend their chubby, insulin-fueled finger and touch a screen on the place where there's a picture of a digital thumbs up. Meanwhile, they're too busy using those fingers to type out the question, "Where's Royce?" Now, let's talk about the greed and the envy. My neighbor's cat is getting more likes on Instagram than my entire podcast at this point. I swear the cat has better marketing strategy than I do, and while I'm out here trying to brainstorm engaging content, that cat is just sitting there looking adorable, getting all the attention with 9 lives and viral content. Yep, that's then there's the fact that basically working a full-time sales job these days. I mean, I didn't sign up for that. I thought I'd be the star of my own show, not the unpaid intern hustling to convince people that my hot takes on the latest political trends are worth their precious time. I mean, are you not entertained, people? Come on. I mean, all my hot takes get me are angry internet trolls with Machiavellian narcissistic tendencies looking for an endorphin hit and a disinvitation to any and all future turning point events. Thanks. And then there's the competition out there. Man, we're dealing with the competition. I mean, fierce stuff. So many shows to choose from. You chose this one. I mean, I didn't realize that I was entering the Hunger Games of podcasting. It's like every time I think I've got a unique angle, I discover 37 other podcasts with the same viewpoint. And they all have a better set, better reactions, and a better stupid cat. So here I am, folks, sleepless, caffeinated, and slightly envious of a neighborhood cat. You can find it at Whiskers Hates You. All the while trying to convince the world that my ramblings on politics, society, my ramblings on politics and society and culture and faith and life are, in fact, a must listen. I want you to believe it. So if you'll excuse me, we need to get into this episode where we engage the great political disaster debate of insanity versus stupidity. And that, my friends, should definitely get us at least 5 more listeners if we're lucky. Hit the stupid like button. All right, folks, I want to remind you guys, since we're podcasting, to head over to your cell phone. I want you to text Graham to 989898. And talk to the folks over at Birch Gold. They will help you with a no-obligation information kit to teach you how to diversify and solidify and secure your savings for your future retirement by rolling over your retirement plan into an IRA backed by precious physical metals, particularly gold. All you got to do is text Graham, 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 over to 989898. Are you not entertained? Text Graham to 989898. Birch Gold, they are the leaders and proud to say they're our partners to make sure that you guys don't have to worry about an uncertain economy in the days ahead, because they will guarantee and make sure that they give you the absolute best advice that they can find out there on the gold market, which gold is through the roof. I bet it hits 3,100 today, man. It's crazy, which tells us that cash is going. But you ain't got to worry about that. Birch Gold will help solidify and secure your future financial retirement and savings. Check them out. Text Graham, 989898. Are you guys with me? Are you guys here? Oh, let's bring him on here. Let's put our heads together. Like I said, it'll sound like a bowling alley. Everybody's favorite redneck, folks. Hotsy Todd.
Well, my brother, I do appreciate the monologue. I did enjoy it. I do have to say I did enjoy it. But I have to disagree because, Chad, we have the one thing here on Rumble that no other show has. We have a cowboy and a redneck, and nobody on Rumble, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, whatever show you're watching, ain't nobody got a cowboy and a redneck side by side. Sorry. So y'all can have cool studios, but you ain't got a hat like that, and you ain't got an accent like this. So suck it.
I know. And then my TVs go off, my monitors go out. It's a technical nightmare. So when you got a cowboy and a redneck, you just never know what you're going to get.
Yeah, it's a fact.
How are you this morning, my brother?
Man, if I was any better, I'd be twins. Woke up this morning and my God, it's like one thing after another, between the JFK files coming to Hunter Biden losing his Secret Service detail and Ashley Biden losing hers. She better go hide off in a hole somewhere because it's shower time. And now Israel just laying the wood to Gaza, and America laying the wood to the Houthis. So, I mean, is the world on fire right now? Like, good Lord.
And that's far more entertaining than a viral cat video.
Yeah, 100%.
I was sitting there, last night we are in our little chat and with production, and we're trying to figure out what we want to talk about today, and there's a lot. Now, me personally, I just want to give your take on this because I think we're going to spend a minute on this. And let me go ahead and prep everybody and tell you that today's going to be a different sort of show, because we're going to talk to you. We're going to get into the super chats, and then we're going to have a special conversation at the very end. So normally when it's time for you guys to log off, we're not going to be long-winded, but we've got a special conversation specifically about the MAHA movement, the Make America Healthy Again movement, with a very special guest, and I want you guys to stick around for that. But I was sitting there thinking last night, this Trump announced yesterday that there's going to be 80,000 documents on the RFK assassination that will be released today. Will there be anything new? I saw Roger Stone posted last night. He said it's just going to prove what I've always said in my book, that it was LBJ. I don't know that they're going to be that kind of a smoking gun in there. I don't trust the government to release documents anymore. And Roger Stone told me back when I was running for office, he endorsed me here in Texas. He told me, he said, you got to do anything it takes to win. He goes, whatever it takes to win, you got to do it. Just ask LBJ, even if it includes murder. So I don't know what this is going to entail. Part of me wonders, Todd, I want to get your take on this. Part of me wonders, was this announcement at the Kennedy Center yesterday, the 80,000 documents on the assassination of JFK being released, was this a distraction to take away from what Trump maybe knew was going to happen in Israel and Gaza and Syria and Iran, and this was going to get people's attention off of Israel? What do you think?
Yeah, that I never really thought of it like that, but it does make a hell of a lot of sense. Because God, what we saw yesterday and early morning hours between our ships and planes and the IDF, good Lord. But at this point, I don't know if we're going to find out anything we don't already know. I mean, I'm just going to be honest with you. There's so many theories out there between LBJ doing it to, I've heard George Bush Sr. was in on it too. So, I mean, who knows? I mean, he did say they weren't going to be redacted, but yeah, I mean, you need something to take your mind off with the world being on fire right now. So why not this?
And I know there's people who say about this thing going on in the Middle East, why don't we just march right into Iran and take care of business over there as well? People don't understand the scale of global warfare that would include. Now you're engaging China, you're engaging Russia, and Iran is no knockover, pushover kind of nation either. So you're looking at hundreds, if not thousands, of American lives lost in a situation like that, not only in warfare, but future terror attacks. And we have no idea how many sleeper cells they have in this country thanks to Biden's open borders. So,
and that's the scary part for me. Look, I don't mind this policy strike first and ask questions later. I mean, I got to be honest with you, because it sure beats the hell out of Biden and Kamala's don't. Yeah. I mean, it does. But every plane that we've seen take off from America with hundreds of illegals, they're all cartels. They're all gang members. None of them are, we've never heard Bakalakadaka was captured in St. Louis. We haven't heard that yet. And so that's my worry is, I mean, you got March Madness coming up. You got baseball season about to start. You got a lot of it's about to start warming up. You're fixing to have a whole bunch of Americans running around, enjoying beaches and stuff. And we don't know what Durka has planned if we start poking that bear. But again, I don't mind it.
And you've been to the Middle East. You've been to these places. Yeah. I've been to these places. I've been around the world. I've been in a lot of countries. And you make an excellent point, Todd. We in America are easily distracted. We are a microwave culture. We want to have push button instant gratification, whether that's the news or information being leaked out there. We think that full transparency is somehow owed to us in a certain way. We don't give a lot of thought to the implications of what the aftermath would be if they just opened up the vault and said, okay, here's everything. But we're distracted by spring training and opening day baseball and March Madness. Like you said, I mean, most of these other countries in the world, these dudes just sit on the curb or the front porch all day long. Like they're literally consumed by the one thing that's happening, and that is bombs and missiles raining down on their head and turning their civilization into rubble.
Oh yeah, while Americans are sitting on the couch watching 1923 Landman and Ink Master, Durka is sitting on the couch thinking of ways to kill you.
That's all
they do.
Consumed with.
Yeah, and let me just tell you, like to your point, I was in the Middle East. I've had my deployments. These people are not stupid. Like you think that they don't have technology and they don't have the mind. Yeah, they do. They're a lot smarter than we give them credit for. And so I'm a little 50-50 here. Like, both like, hell yeah, kill them all. And oh my God, what are we doing? So I'm kind of in the middle right now.
Durka. But I'm interested to see what happens with the files, and we got to move on. Let me just say to everybody that's listening right now, if you're on Rumble, if you're on YouTube, wherever you may be, particularly on Rumble, we have a lot. I was kidding. Of course, everything I was saying was tongue-in-cheek in the opening monologue about podcasting. It's my life. I love it. I love talking. I love being able to share this time with you guys, and it's been a blessing to me. But we are against a lot of competition. Now with Bongino going to be the deputy director of the FBI, he left behind not just a void, but he left a whole network of people to fill that void. And so they're on right now. Rumble is going to give them a lot of love because of who Bongino is. And he teamed up with Crowder and all these other guys. We need you guys to hit like, hit share, hit subscribe, get involved in the chat, blow that thing up, as Graham says, put those American flags in there. It actually helps the algorithm and pushes us to the top. So,
yeah, baby.
Trump was interesting yesterday in the question. This is what he had to say, and I'd love to hear in the chat what you guys. I've been reading some of these things. I want to see if you think anything new is going to come out in these JFK files. Let me just tell you, it would be a PR nightmare if nothing came out today.
Oh yeah, it would be.
Yeah, if they didn't release something today. Trump said he wants it to be unredacted. This is what Trump said yesterday when asked a question by a reporter from NBC.
But while we're here, I thought it would be appropriate. We are tomorrow announcing and giving all of the Kennedy files. So people have been waiting for decades for this. And I've instructed my people that are responsible, lots of different people, put together by Tulsi Gabbard. And that's going to be released tomorrow. We have a tremendous amount of paper. You've got a lot of reading. I don't believe we're going to redact anything. I said, just don't redact. You can't redact. But we're going to be releasing the JFK files, and that would be tomorrow. Do you have anything else to add to that, Carolyn? So that's a big announcement. They've been waiting for that for decades. Then I said during the campaign I'd do it, and I'm a man of my word. So tomorrow you have the JFK files. What time will they be released? Tomorrow afternoon. Okay.
Have you seen what's in the files? Have you read them?
I've heard about them.
Was there,
Interesting?
It's going to be very interesting.
was there an executive summary supplied to you, President?
No, I'm not doing summaries. You'll write your own summaries. It's many pages. Is it 80,000 pages? Approximately 80,000 pages. So it's a lot of stuff.
A lot of pages.
And
It's a lot of pages.
Yeah.
They ask, will you do an executive summary? He said, I'm not going to do that. You'll do your own summary, which tells me that Trump probably doesn't know anything that's in there that matters, that's any revelational thing, and they're just giving you pages.
Yeah, and look, can I be honest and piss some of y'all off for just a second?
Let's piss people off.
Yeah, let's do it. Listen, there's one person. There's only one person in this country that wants to see these files, and the only reason they're being released is so he could get RFK on the bandwagon and get those votes. Let's just be honest about this, okay?
You think so, huh?
I really do. I mean, honestly, and so what if we find out something, if it's not redacted? All the people that could possibly go to jail over this thing are already dead. Like, I mean, so why would they be redacted? I mean, they're already dead. Nobody cares. And
here's the thing. So if let's say that George H.W. Bush is the head of the CIA or something like that. Now, George W. Bush is still out there. He's still around. And I know
he is, but he's
laws.
137 years old. What can they do to him?
They can't do anything to him. But again, it's going to be a mar on a legacy and things like that, which, are they willing to take that kind of sacrifice and do it? Me personally, I'd say let them have it. I mean, they're at the end of Bush Sr.'s life. I mean, they were basically saying he was a misogynist that couldn't quit pinching girls on the butt and telling dirty jokes in front of women. So they were willing to sell him out for that kind of stuff when he was 900 years old. Who knows what they're willing to do right now? I would like to know, was the CIA involved? Was it the mafia? Was it, was it Cubans? Where were we at on this kind of thing?
Yeah, and that's the big fear is not what's in the files. For me, the big fear, okay, the government was responsible for it. The big fear is, are you still doing it?
Yeah.
That's the fear right there.
Well, I mean, it could have been. I mean, I got Party Foul Steve listing people off over here that it could have been. Again, we're here to speculate. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to engage you guys in the chat. Want to see? I mean, I have my opinions. Todd's got his opinions. Well, but it's at the end of the day, who is it that did it that is still the reason it's significant? Reason people care is not about a assassination that happened of a president in November of 1963. What they care about is, are those nefarious powers still in place today, and are they truly running things? Of course, obviously we know that the same people that killed Kennedy are the same people that control our lives today. Because at the end of the day, anybody that's going to keep something under lock and key for almost 70 years and have these things, and he's going, we're going to be unredacted. And I just don't think we're going to see anything, because the deep state is never going to reveal the deep state. They're just not going to do it.
And it doesn't matter what side of the aisle you're on. They're going to protect it, and they don't care.
That's right.
Because if you knew the real truth, oh, buddy.
Yeah. So, here we are. And then, again, back to what I alluded to earlier, Trump, we'll play this little clip right here. He got asked the question by NBC, and this is Trump just being Trump. This is one of my posts yesterday. Play the clip.
Sir, and when you signed the CR...
Who are you with?
Sir, I'm with NBC.
Oh, that's the same one. I don't want to talk to NBC anymore. I think you're so discredited.
Mr. President,
The only thing you're good for is basketball and sporting events at this point.
I mean, I don't want to talk to NBC. Speaking of people you can't trust, Ilhan Omar. This was a hot take from her. I mean, this is something that she basically says that Trump's administration, his policies, well, they're a threat, but they're not a threat to American citizens. They're a threat to criminals. Take a look at this. She basically said, together, we're going to end this xenophobic law once and for all. Because, again, it's not a matter of whether they're here illegally or they broke the law. or they're criminal gang members who might murder and rape your daughters, but let's make sure because of the color of their skin or the nature or the nation of their origin, let's make sure that all that's protected, because God forbid we don't want to hurt the feelings of the men who would strip you naked, disembowel you, and hang you by your neck from a bridge for everybody to see for a week. Play this clip.
It is hard to imagine anything more un-American than that. The Trump administration's immigration policy is a threat to immigrants like criminals.
Yeah.
America is too great to fall prey to Donald Trump's anti-immigrant agenda. We need to restore basic humanity to our immigration system, and that starts with repealing the Alien Enemies Act of 1798 with our neighbors.
You know what'd be cool? You know what would be cool is if you could have an honest debate and conversation with these morons and actually get them to answer your questions and say, listen, okay, this is not an immigration debate. This is not anti-immigration. It's anti-illegal immigration. You got Macy Hirono back there behind her, who also is a member of the Brain Trust. These people are morons. They're idiots. They are playing political games, identity politics to make sure that everybody comes over to their side. And the problem is we have half the country out there who is so freaking empty-headed stupid that they believe this crap.
Yeah.
Literally believe this crap.
I'm still trying to figure out what in the hell is the Trump administration. I'm trying to figure out what the Trump and act. Trump and act.
And here's another thing. Why aren't they bringing her up on charges for personally violating immigration law? We literally just proved what we already knew. She married her freaking brother so he could move into the country.
Just nasty. Just nasty.
Again, snatch the towel off her head. How's that for some xenophobia?
Please don't do that. And bats and demons and all kind of shit's coming out that thing.
Todd, you and I talked about it just briefly earlier, about an hour ago. We were talking, and I'm at a point where I'm beyond not trusting our government. I just simply hate them.
Yeah.
I hate them. The fact that they're not holding people like this accountable. The fact that they're peddling out rhetoric like this that says, oh, the immigration, anti-immigration, xenophobe. Shut up. You don't even speak with an American accent, first of all.
Yeah.
You've literally said that you're here for Somali interests. You married your friggin' brother.
Yep.
And you changed the Minnesota flag to look like the Somali flag. And if you go to Minneapolis, if you get in the wrong neighborhood, which is most neighborhoods now in Minneapolis, it looks like, because of all the burqa wearing women and children out there, it looks like somebody put their garbage out on the curb and everybody's out there in a hefty sack. Little Mogadishu. Party Foul Steve and I were there a couple of years ago. We were driving through there and I said, bro, don't even slow down. I'm scared of a car bomb at this point.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. It's the downfall. The downfall of America will not come from an Iran, a Russia, a North Korea, a China. It will not. The downfall of America will come from internal. It will come from within. We will. And at this point, that's why another 9/11 hasn't happened. Okay. Because they're planning a lot of stuff and we stop probably, things that we as the American people don't know about while we're watching our TV shows. But the majority of these people that want to end us just are right now sit back watching the news going, I ain't got to do nothing. They're keying Teslas. There's one guy tried to set a Tesla on fire, ended up setting himself on fire in the process. Like, this is way worse than anything we could do. They're going to kill each other. It's like watching the Sunnis and the Shiites go against each other. Just give them time. They'll take care of themselves.
And we don't have time to get into that topic, but I'd like to at some point and just talk about the tribalism that is the Middle East and how that gets brought over here. But our founding fathers literally said, if America ceases to be good, de Tocqueville said, if America ceases to be good, she ceases to exist. Because again, they kept echoing this sentiment that if America falls, it will not be because of the pressures from without. It'll be because they violated her greatness from the pressures from within. And that is what we're watching happen right now.
On a daily basis.
America has fallen. It's fallen because of postmodern thought. It's fallen because of emotions and feelings being put over facts and truth. And critical thinking and common sense has been gone away. Identity politics and labeling everybody racist, Nazi, xenophobe, transphobe, homophobe, phobe, bigot, misogynist, all these goofy-ass names so you can label people, classify them, put them in a box. You don't have to deal with them. And there's no significant discussion or debate anymore. And then you got a moron like Andrew Weissman. Andrew Weissman, who says the Trinidad gang, the ones that got deported to El Salvador, they didn't have a trial to determine if they were terrorists. You know what they had? They had a tattoo across their back that told me. I'd like to see Andrew Weissman go hang out with the Trinidad gangs in Aurora, Colorado, and see how that goes. Play this clip.
Even if you thought reasonable minds could differ, who says because you've said the government doesn't have a statutory basis to do something and you say you can't do it, that means that you are siding with terrorists? And by the way, they have not been determined to be terrorists, as you noted at the outset. There's been no hearing on.
Okay, all right.
Listen, Andy.
God. Oh, you are a peckerwood. Oh, my Lord.
You know, in my little opening monologue about the cat, I said, at Mr. Whiskers hates you. I started to name the cat Peckerwood, just for you, Todd. All right, Andy Weissman. Listen, Bubba. You know what? I don't have to say anything. Stephen Miller, who I think right now is one of the smartest minds in Washington, D.C., I think Stephen Miller, he literally called him a moron. Let's let calmer heads prevail. Listen to what Stephen Miller said.
President Donald J. Trump. Weissman should never be on TV anywhere. He should hang his head in eternal shame for what he's done to this country. And now he's up there shilling for people who rape and murder Americans. That's who Andrew Weissman is. I met the mother of Jocelyn Nungary, Alexis Nungary, who President Trump honored at the State of the Union, named a national wildlife refuge after her daughter. Trained Nicaragua terrorists took that 12-year-old angel and they tortured her to death. They sexually assaulted her. They stripped her and they dumped her body in a river. That's who President Trump has deported from this country. Behind every single one of those terrorists was another future rape victim, another future sex trafficking victim, another future murder victim. And most importantly, every one of those people was here illegally. They have no right to be in this country for 1 second longer. They are illegal aliens. They are foreign terrorists. They are alien enemies. And the law at the heart of this issue was signed in the founding generation of this country, the same generation that wrote our Constitution. People say, oh, it's an 18th century law. You know what else is an 18th century law? The Constitution of the United States, the Bill of Rights of the United States. The founding generation gave us this law, gave President Trump this law to repel this invasion from our country.
I mean, there's
and it
no
was
higher...
all detailed in the proclamation, how this gang was sent here by a foreign government, and President Trump is sending them out of this country.
Well,
That's cut and dry. And props, because again, I don't know how these people get on cam with Fox News, CNN, MSNBC, and God bless people like him and Scott Jennings, because I don't know how you don't just cuss these people out like when you're sitting next to them. I couldn't do it.
Scott Jennings, as you mentioned, Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller, to me, I think is one of the brightest, most articulate minds. I mean, it's just incredible. I let him debate anybody. I mean, let him have at it. The guy is so dadgum smart. And the beauty of it is he doesn't pull any punches. When you talk about the Jocelyn Nungary case, that wasn't in Minneapolis. That was right here. That was 20 miles south of where I'm sitting in Houston, Texas. I mean, that was here, dude. And so they're here illegally. It's not whether or not Andrew Weissman wants to talk about did they get a trial to see if they're terrorists. They were here illegally. When Maduro emptied the prisons of the most violent criminals in the world and gave them their walking papers to go to the United States. And then the federal government under Joe Biden's administration said, we're going to welcome you with open arms, fly you about the country like we're Southwest Airlines. And I mean, we're going to give you a free pass to do whatever you want to do, give you a debit card, give you a place to stay. We got veterans that are homeless sitting out there on the street, and we're going to let these people go out there, rape, pillage, murder, and kill, and just be like cockroaches that just infest a city. And then you got these goofy, prancing, prissy, ass, limp-wristed, beta cuck, toe prancing, gay ass mayors out there that are dancing around going, we're a sanctuary city. Take your sanctuary city and shove it up your fat white rear end that's never been anywhere in the world and has never dealt with any grief because you've had to live in your isolated, little protected, over sense of security bubble where you sit up there and use big words like xenophobe.
And yes, I get asked this question so much, especially this week. Does the Constitution cover non-citizens? Yes, it does. The Constitution does cover citizens for non-citizens for due process and things of that nature. Yes, it does. And they're screaming that from the mountaintops. But what they're not saying is facial recognition, fingerprinting, all of these things. We know who these people are. And the second that Donald Trump signed an executive order declaring the cartels a terrorist organization, declaring them FTOs, that is done. They're already here illegally, which is violating Section 8 of the Constitution. We know who they are. That is your damn due process. That is your due process right there. We know you. We know your name. That's your name. You're a member of this cartel. That's been labeled a terrorist organization. Goodbye. That's due process.
Gone. You know what? You want to sit there and label me? You want to classify me? You want to say that? I mean, did I get due process whenever people go, when the political powers that be on the left, these progressive retards, do I get due process when you call me a xenophobe or a Nazi? I didn't get due process when you label me like that.
Are people getting due process when they're getting swatted and their doors are being kicked in? Is that due process?
Don't talk to me about due process.
Yeah, for real.
You got due process.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have it on your brain, dude. Like you got septic systems running through your veins. Y'all are idiots. And I know you guys love it when I start yelling like that, but I want to remind y'all that's why I can't keep a wife or a girlfriend.
And it just the part that the entire the entire thing of this is there's so many things that me and Chad can sit here and talk about, and we can get to the bottom of it and figure it out and see a side and go, okay, that makes sense. I got nothing why you're still voting for these people that would rather have these rapist, murdering, mouth-breathing, horrible animals, monsters. They're not human. They're not human beings. Why they continue to care and love and promote these people over the American citizens why do you keep electing these peckerheads?
Yeah.
That's the part I can't figure out. Like, I'm like, okay, I got nothing.
Oh my God.
My God. Let me find it. Just to do it,
Oh my God.
We got off the rails a little bit, but I'm just telling you, man. I'm telling you, we got to move on. We got a lot to get to. And I do want you guys to stick around at the very end. We're going to have a huge Make America Healthy Again conversation at the end of this episode after the Super Chats. And I want you guys to stick around for that. I had more to say on that. Todd, you and I think we're going to do a night show at some point in time and just kind of have a whole off-kilter thing. In fact, maybe that's what we'll call it, Todd, off-kilter. All family pharmacy, folks. Sometimes I have to take my meds. allfamilypharmacy.com. I love these guys. You can go over there. And the reason I love them is because we were villainized without due process for talking about things like ivermectin and stuff like that. Now it's become a mainstream thing. People are understanding that for their various treatments, whether it's getting the Chinese sneezy or, in preparation of some other new scamdemic or their cancer treatments, all these kind of things, people actually have a choice to go out there and get the stuff they want. The mebendazole, the fenbendazole, all these different things, and the ivermectin. They got it for you. Want to do some weight loss stuff? They got it for you. They got all the stuff you need. What you do is you go in there, you fill out the form, you go shopping, and then the doctor is going to review what you need, and then he's going to approve it for you. It's going to show up at your door a couple of days. All right. You can also get the emergency kits. All you got to do is use promo code Dear America and save on what you need. You know what? Take your medical freedom into your own hands, into your own responsibility. Companies like All Family Pharmacy, they actually let you do that. They actually let you do that because you know what? Chances are, in a lot of cases, you guys know what you need better than the people who are out there telling you you needed some universal medical treatment when they started making you get the blah blah in your arm, okay? So go to allfamilypharmacy.com, allfamilypharmacy.com. Use promo code Dear America. It's time for me to, I started another protocol last night. Get the parasites out of me, Todd. I got to get the parasites out. They're in there.
Don't get me started.
My little wigglies, they're in there. All right, CLC in the chat, folks. This is about to be beautiful. CLC in the chat. Record-breaking. I don't know if this is true or not. I found this. I
hope
would love
so.
to back this up. I hope it's true.
I hope so.
I found this last night. I sent it to you guys. Record-breaking number of liberal Americans. Let's just call them anti-Americans. They are applying for UK citizenship. What are your thoughts on this?
I love it. Goodbye. Like, I mean, self-deport. Like, if you don't want to be here, then don't. You know, I mean, I'm sick and tired of all this. I hate America. I hate it here. Listen, oh God, man. If I hated this country so much, I would move. Like, I'm talking me personally. Like, I would move. Like, if you hate a place so much that you want to key a Tesla, set it on fire, that you want to get and put a camera in your face and start crying, get a septum ring, color your hair purple, then, I mean, for the sake of your own sanity, leave. I hear Afghanistan is great this time of year.
Fantastic.
Go. Like, please. Go.
Fantastic.
Go to Gaza.
It's
go.
like a beach.
If you love Gaza so much, then move there.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's lovely.
They're in a rebuilding phase. You can basically go over there and re-implement the Green New Deal, rebuild the Gaza infrastructure. But here it is on CNN, record number of Americans. I mean, CNN said it must be true. They're wanting to go to the UK. They have no idea. These people are so dumb. They lack common sense. Do they not understand that the UK is struggling dealing with I mean, it's a great place to get run over on a bridge. It's a great place to get knifed. It's a great place to watch the real-time implementation of Sharia law in a nation and their downfall. So, I mean, yeah, just head on over there. I mean, you can be neighbors. You can go to Ireland and be neighbors with Rosie O'Donnell, which I heard that as soon as she landed, the island started to tip over. But you can go over there and do whatever you want to do.
And we don't have to worry about the no backsies thing. We don't have to worry about it. Like, honestly, I think Donald Trump should sign an executive order right now. Like, if you want to leave the country, you get a one-way ticket. There, you ain't got to worry about no backsies because within 6 months, you're going to be on Al Jazeera Network getting your throat cut. So
come on.
You ain't got to worry about it. Or if you're trans, they're going to throw you off the top of a roof. So good luck.
Yeah, these people think they're going over there to hang out with Kate Middleton. You're not. You're going to hang out there with Durker. Good luck with that. And God forbid you in public forum ever misgender somebody because guess where you're going to go? To jail. Libo. All right, here's one, a transgender influencer. You know, when I was growing up, I'm 52 years old. I never thought that a phrase like transgender influencer, that combination of letters and words would ever be thrown out of my mouth. Announces they're leaving the United States, and here's what he is going to do. He's got to raise money, so he's going to sell some. Just play the clip.
I haven't seen this. And
Here we go.
Man, I'm already there.
The
y'all.
stupidity. Look at that forehead. Look at stop. Don't even play it yet. Look at the size of that thing. Look at the male pattern going on that dude.
I need a tape measure.
Oh boy, look at that square jaw.
Good
that
Lord.
Adam's apple. Can I just say that as a side note, that women do have an Adam's apple. Women do, but men's are pronounced. And the reason is because the Adam's apple actually protects your larynx. It protects your voice box. It is a guard right there. And so the reason men's are more pronounced is because men actually go into battle. And God created them to be able to handle more of a throat punch. And so I think some of these people truly do need a throat punch, just to remind them.
I volunteer as tribute.
That you're a man. Play the clip.
With my fiance to live in a place. I'm leaving the country, and I could use a little help. As you might imagine, being a trans woman, I'm not super excited about the direction this country is headed. I live in an area that is still relatively safe for trans people, but I'd rather not be here if and when that stops being the case. So I'm leaving by the end of the year with my fiance to live in a place that has more constitutional protections for people like me.
G-H-E-Y.
I have one question. What can you not do in America, tranny, that I can't do? What can you do what can I do that you can't? Like please tell the class, AA Ron, let me know. What can you do that I can't? Sorry.
Oh, it won't play. I was trying to play Dude Looks Like a Lady, but
oh, Lord have mercy. You'll get popped on YouTube for that.
I know. Probably good.
But
God
Lord
probably
have
spared me
mercy.
from that, dude.
Man, these people, dude, it's like they can't walk and chew gum at the same time.
Well, he wants to keep tossing out this thing about my fiance. I would like to see what the fiance looks like.
Wow.
I mean, just looks like. But again, this whole thing is I need some help. No, just leave. Start walking. If a Maduro gang member can leave a prison in Venezuela and walk to the southern border of Texas
Go
or
wherever
Arizona,
you want, dude.
then you know what? Catch a boat. I mean, I've been watching 1923. It's a whole 2 seasons of people trying to get from Africa to Montana. Apparently, it's capable of happening without Burt's Bees. So get on a boat and get out there.
Just do us a favor. Continue when you get to Palestine and you continue to be a transgender influencer. Just keep the film rolling, baby. Just keep it going because I want to see how that's gonna play out.
Yeah, and I just can imagine these two fellas holding each other on the front of the Titanic. Jack and Rose, near, far, wherever you are, just holding him on the front of the boat. Just get out of here. Go, move, sell your Burt's Bees. Oh, my gosh.
Deuces, baby. Y'all can hold hands when they throw you off the roof.
And
Bye.
listen, you know what? If you weren't so gay, you wouldn't need Burt's Bees for those chapped lips. You know? All right.
Oh, my God!
There it is. Police in San Jose have done the right thing.
Finally.
We talked about this yesterday. I don't know if this is my show or this show, but the dude keyed the Tesla. Old dude wearing his little
in a motorcycle jacket.
Motorcycle jacket with his stars and stripes on there. He got out, keyed the Tesla. Then he got confronted, and apparently they've picked him up for viral vandalism.
Yep.
Within less than 24 hours of the viral vandalism incident being reported to the San Jose Police Department, we successfully identified, located, and arrested the individual responsible for this act of felony vandalism. A senseless crime. You know what they should make him do? They should his probation, because he's not going to do any time, but what they should do is they should make him just go to wash Teslas at the dealership.
Man, that'd be great. That'd be amazing.
But the deer in that, you know how when you just get caught and you just feel that your heart sinks into your stomach and your stomach comes up and you're like, oh, I've been busted. That's that deer in the headlights look right there where he's like, I don't know what to say. I'm caught. I'm busted. He thought he was going to get away with keying a car. Todd, you're a redneck. Have you ever keyed a car?
No. Not in my entire lifetime.
I've never messed with anybody else's stuff.
I've thrown eggs at a few, during, homecoming when I was in high school, but that's about the extent. I mean, I tied my principal's lawnmower to a flagpole and let it run around his pole, but, that's the extent of what I've done.
Yeah.
But permanently damaging somebody's, property? No, bro.
Yeah, and you're talking about a $125,000 automobile.
Yeah.
I mean, this ain't the $4,000 smart car I just bought the other day.
Mm-hmm. I'd like to see the insurance claim on that guy. I'd like to see what Jake from State Farm said to Motorcycle Man. You did what?
Let me ask you another personal question, Todd. Have you ever had to do community service?
No, I have not. Never been in jail.
Well, I have.
I've been put in handcuffs, but never been charged with a crime. No.
I've had to clean up stuff I didn't want to clean up. It's not fun. But speaking of cleaning up things,
What does police calls in the Army count? I had to clean up a whole bunch of stuff when I was in the Army. Does that count?
Yeah. No, that doesn't count. I mean, that is another form of indentured whatever, but
servitude.
Yeah, at least you're getting paid on that. 795 likes. I need you guys to get that to about 1,200 before we get out of here. And we do have to move pretty quick because I want you to catch our Make America Healthy segment at the end after the Super Chats. What were we going? Oh, yeah, talking about having to clean up your mess, Donald J. Trump, Hunter Biden. And we call this out. Actually, Laura Loomer, I shared her tweet a couple of days ago. Laura Loomer caught him. Hunter Biden and his wife down there vacationing in South Africa, and they're down there with a Secret Service detail. You know, Laura Loomer, she doesn't play nice with others, but by God, she will uncover some things. I do not want to be on the wrong side of Laura Loomer, but they got Loomered. So Donald Trump found out about it. He said, we're going to take a look at it. And immediately, in Trump-like fashion, he said, be advised that effective immediately, Hunter Biden will no longer receive Secret Service protection. Likewise, Ashley Biden, who has 13 agents, will be taken off the list. There's 18 Secret Service members who are guarding Hunter and his wife while they shop in South Africa. I don't know. We're looking at probably we did ugly math. We did some ugly math.
Yeah, the Secret Service agent makes anywhere between $110,000, $180,000 a year, and I'm assuming you get paid a little bit more if you're guarding the president's kids.
Yeah.
So I did the math, just salary based alone. And understand they have to feed these people, they have to house these people when they travel, plane, fuel, all kind of stuff. That's not just salary alone for these 31 agents. Just paying them a paycheck on the 1st and the 15th cost the government around $387,000 a month for these two people. Two people.
I don't understand. Like, let's turn the volume. Can we even turn the volume up on this thing right here? I don't even know if we might look at this little.
This dude,
we're playing a little.
Yeah, I'll be good and high by then.
Perfect.
Playing a little montage of Hunter Biden there, getting his new teeth after his meth mouth. I mean, this is the same guy that was snorting Parmesan cheese out of the carpet because he couldn't find his drugs. More than likely, it was some Biden cocaine that was left in a little baggie or a little corner of a sandwich bag torn off and tied in a knot there in a locker in the White House. I mean, he's high as a kite. Oh, where's my? There it is. Here it is. Here's my painting of Hunter. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I painted this. So I painted this back when. Yeah. This is my original right here. So if you guys want to buy some art, I don't understand. Like Hunter Biden should be able to. I even signed it right here. Hunter Biden. He was doing all that art. I can't figure out why gas companies in Europe aren't trying to hire Hunter Biden now. Like, since Burisma thought he was such an expert that they were going to pay him $84,000 a month, why is no one helping Hunter now? He says he's millions of dollars in debt. Apparently, he can't sell his art. And if you guys remember back during the Hunter laptop scandal, if you posted this picture of Hunter on social media, you got an immediate ban for 30 days. Trust me, I know. So I painted this about 2 years ago just so I could have something to use as an image. There he is, folks. I should sell that.
You should. We should auction that off.
I should get prints made and send it to everybody in the Dear America family.
I'll hang it right behind my head, I promise.
Yeah, so let's hang. Let's put...
But put a cowboy hat on him, please.
Let's put Hunter back there. Put Hunter back there. My God. But yeah, they're taking it away, and
yeah, he's down in South Africa right now, hanging out with Ellen DeGeneres, and he's in Cape Town, staying at a $500 a night resort on Yo Dime. And
how does that conversation go down? Like, Ellen DeGeneres picks up the phone and calls Hunter Biden and says, "Let's hang out in Cape Town." I mean, where does that connection go? I mean, why? What? You know what? We'll put that on a shirt. I got to go the other direction. We'll put little Hunter on a T-shirt.
Yes.
And by the way, Well, never mind. I ain't got time for that. That moment's gone. All right. We got to get to this. Carolyn Levitt, who I love, just absolutely love her. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but 3 weeks ago I was there at the White House in the Oval Office, and we had a great visit with Carolyn Levitt. Most people don't know that I did that. This was her response. Peter Doocy asked her about the member of European Parliament calling for the U.S. to return the Statue of Liberty. Here's what common sense sounds like, folks. Play it.
And something different. There is now a member of the European Parliament from France who does not think the U.S. represents the values of the Statue of Liberty anymore. They want the Statue of Liberty back. So is President Trump going to send the Statue of Liberty back to France?
Absolutely not. And my advice to that unnamed low-level French politician would be to remind them that it's only because of the United States of America that the French are not speaking German right now. So they should be very grateful to our great country. Kelly.
And something different.
Nailed it.
Yeah. So I talked about this yesterday on my show. Like there's a lot of people, even in this chat yesterday, I heard it. That the Statue of Liberty is a Lucifer. Stop it. Just stop it. Like I love y'all, I do, but stop it. Okay.
Yeah. I have a lot of opportunities in life. I've been really, really blessed. Thank God I can just run my mouth, but work hard too, Todd. You know how it goes. We work hard.
Bro. This is a long hour job right here.
And I'm pretty humble. It's hard being humble. It really is. It's hard to be humble when you're this good at what you do. And I will say that I don't like to brag. And so I normally don't tell people that 3 weeks ago I was in the Oval Office. And when I was there, I was standing next to Carolyn, and I looked at her. She's 27 years old. She's beautiful, just radiates. She's so smart. And I looked at her, and I said, hey, can I just say something to you just real quick? And just kind of off the cuff. I said, I just want to say thank you for being intelligent and articulate.
God.
I said, because after the last 4 years, it's a breath of fresh air.
It really is. We actually have a press secretary that can, walk and chew gum and answer a question. Like,
and you notice how these press secretaries, from Sarah Sanders to Kayleigh McEnany.
I love her.
Up to, to Carolyn Levitt. It's just, you can't compare it versus Peppermint Patty, Circleback Girl.
And the Predator.
Jen Psaki, and then the dirty mop water. The dirty, looked like a Shih Tzu that got dunked in a septic tank, who was the ultimate DEI hire. All right.
Yeah, but and to the people, I've seen people talk about this. Said, "Look, French, we hate French. You can come get it." No, the hell, you can't. No, you can't come get it. That's ours. It's ours. And I challenge everybody. I know Chad's probably been there and stood at the feet of Lady Liberty. She's beautiful. She is gorgeous, and she's ours. So look, Slick, if you want to come get it, come try. It ain't gonna work out the way you think. But she belongs to us now.
It was they put a little paganism right in New York Harbor. They did. And, the same guy that created the Eiffel Tower, Mr. Eiffel, he created that thing and shipped it over here. And so, whatever, come and take it. Come get it. Listen, America is filled with symbols like the Freemason phallic symbol, which is the Washington Monument. And before you guys start pointing at Washington, D.C., I want to remind you that every steeple on every church in America is also a Freemason phallic symbol. So let's just, our country's, look at the back of a dollar bill. You want to look at a whole lot of Freemason imagery and stuff that's out there. Our country's been jacked for a long, long time. But before I piss everybody off, we should probably pray. I've got a little interview that we're going to tack onto the end of this thing. We're going to talk about Make America Healthy again. And going to have a little conversation. It'll explain itself as we get in there. Before we do that, I want to pray. I want to get into the super chats. Thank you guys for letting us get a little off kilter today, me and Todd. We don't have chaperones here, so it's just us. It's just us, Todd. And it's a lot of fun.
And we definitely need to pray after it's just us.
We need to be prayed for.
Yeah, for sure.
We need to be prayed for. Now, I've been fasting this entire time. Now it's time for us to pray. For the last 45, 50 minutes, I've been fasting. So there is that. Todd, would you pray us out, my brother?
I sure will. Let us bow. Father, we just thank you for a good show. I thank you for the opportunity that you give everybody in this network to go out and just speak boldness, speak truth, and to anybody and everybody that watches this show. I just pray blessings, Lord, that you bless each and every one of these people, that you be with our leaders of this country, that you steer them in the direction that only you can do, and that they whatever decision is made, whatever policy is written, whatever order is signed, is that they have you in mind before they signed it, and that you are at the forefront and at the very beginning and the center of our country, as you should be. Father, we love you. We thank you for all that you do. And if there's somebody out there that is listening to my voice and that does not know you, that has never met you, that has never felt that your love, grace, and mercy that is fresh for them every single day, Father, I just ask that you reveal yourself to those people. If there's people out there that are hurting, that they're going through trying times, and that they haven't felt your presence, Father, I just ask that you reveal yourselves to them, that you're still with them, that you still love them, you still care for them, and that you're not behind them, you're beside them, and you go out in front of them. Father, we love you. We thank you for all that you do. And I ask all these things in your son's name, and all God's people said,
amen. And they applaud.
Amen. Hallelujah. Praise the Lord. And pass ammunition. Let's get on to these questions.
Bump up those likes, get on the super chat. And then when we're done with the super chat, I want you guys to hang out. I'm going to have a conversation with somebody. And you're going to love it. So, very informative.
Yeah. From Whitney Hill. I have a book covering JFK that was never published that proved Johnson was in on the assassination. It was given to me by someone who knew the author. Okay. Well, we'll see. I mean, maybe. NZAB. How is it Omar not investigated for immigration fraud? How does she continually get elected? Is this because Obama settling all the Somalian refugees up in Minnesota when we weren't looking? I mean, yeah. I mean, that's basically what's happening, at this point. Just ask Timothy Walsh. He knows. Into Tipton. Good morning, dear America. Can you please keep my best friend Jess in your prayers? She's going through a nasty divorce. Also, my baby girl, Kayla. She is at Sam Houston University and has 2 important tests today. Will do. Good luck, Kayla. I hope you smoke those tests. Girl.
Get them.
Do your thing. NZAB Weissman was on Mueller's team. He hates Trump, so it doesn't matter whatever Trump does, he will go against it. Plus, this idea that federal judges can stop the president has to be ruled on by the Supreme Court. No, it really doesn't. I mean, does it?
Let me just tell you, the fact that Trump has gotten liberals to set electric cars on fire.
Oh, that's amazing.
That in and of itself never get preached to by any lefty ever again about climate change.
Ever.
When they're banning and burning Teslas.
And Mark Kelly, really?
He can literally,
Mr.
Trump
Climate
can
Change.
make these people do anything.
Yeah, Mr. Mark Kelly. Oh, when I was in space 4 times, I looked at the ozone layer, and it's as thin as a piece of glass. And then you buy a Chevy Tahoe, the gas-guzzling truck in the country. Really, dude? Shut up.
Let's go car shopping. Let's go, Steve. Let's
Shut
go car
up,
shopping.
bro. Yep. Yeah, I don't know. Arier, 1987. Hey, guys, it's Adam. Okay, my bad, Adam. I wasn't able to get this in yesterday, but all the families on 33 people that died in the massive dust storm that swept across the Midwest over the weekend. Keep them in your prayers for sure. Still, all of that, all the people in the South that was affected by the tornadoes and winds and things, your thoughts and prayers are with us for sure. Miss Lovegood, support the country you live in or live in the country you support. Hashtag Queers for Palestine. I agree.
Don't wave any other flag in this country. Don't stand in the street and wave. If you want to wave a flag, go stand in the place where that flag represents.
Whitney Hill, don't knock the smart car. They're good little cars.
I just bought one.
Not for this dude. You ain't going to see me on one.
I just bought one.
No, I'm good.
You guys will see.
Like, I'm sorry, I don't have Chargers here. Like, I just don't. Alicia Victoria, why Musk though? They have such a hatred for Musk and Trump. They have just because they're stupid. Like, I mean, anything that they don't, no, there's one more, but any idea that they don't come up with, they hate. I mean, it's that simple, It's Prussia. Funny how the side that's yelling at us for being privileged are the ones with enough money to move, with enough money to up and move to another country. I'm telling you, leave, bye,
only if you're selling Burt's Bees.
Get out of here.
Stephen Miller's on right now talking to CNN. No, that's an older clip. I love that clip.
Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you.
And God, I thought, whatever. Anyway, doesn't matter. Doesn't
Yeah, I
matter,
know.
Todd.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, you hear my stomach growling? You hear that?
Put it down there. Let's hear it. Is that the stomach growling or the baby kicking?
Oh, I'm gonna sell some Burt's Bees.
Well, we're at 980 likes.
Oh, I know what I
Come
was
on.
gonna say. I know what I was gonna say.
Go.
You notice they don't, like, Jeff Bezos was at the inauguration, and none of them are villainizing Jeff Bezos. They're all gonna keep shopping off of Amazon.
No, yeah, of course they are.
Not everybody can afford a $100,000, $125,000 smart car, but they can all shop off of Amazon. Ain't nobody boycotting Amazon.
Well, that's
because
how
Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, for real, and that's how Riri they are. Like, you saw the lady that keyed what she thought was a Tesla, but it was actually a Rivian. Is that what it's called? A Rivian?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, she keyed the hell out of it. Thought it was a Tesla. Turned out to be a Rivian. Like, that's how stupid these people are. Like, big T on the front and the back, and you missed it. Like, good job.
Oh man.
Yeah,
All right, is that all of them?
that's it. Good job, everybody. Love you.
Good job. I want you guys to listen. We got a brand new. This next segment brought to you by our new friends at Brightcore Nutrition. I sat down with them last week when I was out in the wilderness. So you'll see I'm sitting on the front porch. We recorded this thing. I wanted to talk about the Make America Healthy agenda. I want to talk about what's going on. So I'd love for you guys to stick around and listen to my conversation with Brightcore a little bit. It's very informative, folks, and I want you guys to be a part of it. I want you to hit like. I want you to hit share. I want you to subscribe. I'm still learning this whole Rumble thing. I was on Maggie Moo's show last night listening to her. That's an entertaining show. It's fun. I like it where every now and then she slips off the rails too and says some things that is like, she's like, oops, I shouldn't have said that. But keep saying it, okay? Keep saying it. Hot Seat Todd, what time's your show today?
Yesterday, I've got Christian Edwards, man, from King's Council. He's going to be hanging out with me today at 3. So we're going to get in some deep theological and historical and archaeological conversations today. So come check it out, man. This dude is like way smarter than me. So see you at 3.
Todd, I want to remind everybody to pray for Graham, pray for Royce, pray for Tony. All three of them dealing with their own important issues right now. And we miss them. We love them, and we're thankful for them. If you don't mind, join me today at 3 o'clock. I'm sorry, Todd. At 2 o'clock, 1 Central on the Chad Prather Rumble channel. Get involved in the chat. Maybe by then we'll have a little more information on the JFK stuff. But we'll definitely get off the rails. That's for sure. I will be in Springfield, Missouri this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. 5 live shows. It is our Gulf of America comedy tour. Right Side of Comedy, Jesse Payton and me. We will be in Springfield, Missouri. We got tons of dates that are coming out and coming up, and I love you guys. All right, stick around for this Maha conversation, Todd.
I just saw the chat. The Trump bobblehead is staring at Hunter. It's so great.
Look at him. He got his fist up. Look at this. We can make Trump put his fist right there. I'm punching him in the balls. Somebody said, if we lost Royce for good now, you haven't lost anybody for good. Literally everyone will be back at some point. They got stuff that they're dealing. And people are like, we don't like the show like this. Okay, well, you don't have to watch. I'll just say this. And I mean, the choice is we can either stop doing the show altogether or this is what you get, because the people that, you want to watch, they're doing something. They're literally busy doing something, and we're trying to help them.
And I'm sorry, like if you don't like it, don't watch it. I'm having more fun. Like I've had more fun this week on Dear America than I've had in a minute. So
yeah, I mean we're having fun and we're doing what we can do. Listen, this is who we are. We don't change for anybody. We're unapologetic. I've literally built a whole brand off of being unapologetic. We don't apologize for anything, because as soon as you do that, you're going to spend the rest of your life on some big apology tour. So let's jump into this conversation with Brightcore Nutrition. I love you guys. God bless you. Watch this chat. Let's do it. We'll see you later.
Love you, miss you, mean it.
Hey guys, we're always happy to welcome our sponsors when we have the opportunity to spend a little time with them and chat and just get their take on what's going on in the world. We're living in an interesting world. I don't have to tell you that. But one of the most encouraging things is that people are taking an interest not only in their health but in their nutrition, and those things go hand in hand. There's a lot of phrases out there, everything from gut health to micronutrients and macronutrients and all these other kind of things that if you ask a guy like me, I need all the help I can get in trying to figure out those things. So I want to welcome our friend Kim Bright from Bright Core Nutrition onto the show, and let's just talk with her for just a minute. Kim, how are you doing?
Hey, Chad, I'm doing great. How are you?
I am doing good. I was watching the news last night where our new, the new health secretary, Robert Kennedy Jr., he went to Steak and Shake of all places. I was at the White House last week, and we sat down with him for a minute, and he was encouraged. He said there were 5 different fast food chains that reached out to his office about switching over the seed oils over to beef tallow. I know we got a long way to come when it comes to fast food nutrition, which sounds like an oxymoron to me. But in your opinion, with Brightcore, do you guys are you encouraged by what you see with what happened with the interest and the changes that are being made?
Well, I am. I've been doing this for almost 50 years. I've been Maha 50 years, so almost 50 years. So I am so excited to have him on board, and we've got to start somewhere. I mean, it's a mess, and he's already addressed. He's looking at the artificial colors, and he's talking to the food manufacturers yesterday, and then I think he was probably at the Naples Steak and Shake on Saturday with Hannity. And, he's started. That's the great thing is, these guys don't mess around. I mean, look at what President Trump's done so quickly. And, all of his team are just like, let's get on it. Let's get on it. And I see that with him. And I'm very excited about it because, his background, he's dealt with all these people that have been destroying our health. He's dealt with the people that are destroying the environment. They're dumping things in our water. Our soils. And so he's getting in there and he's going to do a great job.
I think he is going to do a great job. After spending a few minutes with him a couple of weeks ago, my friend Savannah Hernandez, who's an incredible journalist, she said, I really want to ask him if he'll just not take my Mountain Dew off the market. She said, because I don't see any way that they can make that any healthier. And the stuff that we have put in our bodies for so long, in that interview with Hannity, he was talking about traveling in Europe as he grew up. And, you go to Europe. We have people in this country now who can eat the bread in, say, Italy, but they can't eat the bread here in the U.S. We've sprayed it with so many different chemicals, pesticides that can't be broken down. If bugs can't kill it, then our body certainly can't digest it. Are you excited about the trend? I know a lot of people, and the reason I ask this is there are a lot of people out there saying, well, if you keep messing with our food, it's going to change the way it tastes. And have we gotten way off track in terms of what real nutrition and what real food actually is?
Yes, our taste buds are totally adulterated. I mean, they didn't just start dumping all this crap into the food, yesterday. It's been going on for a long time. And so we've got generation upon generation. And that's why we're seeing all the diseases that are, used to see, in 40, 50-year-olds. Now they're in 3 and 4-year-olds because we keep poisoning down through the generations. And the foodstuffs that we're using, I mean, you're talking about a lot of money, like GMO seeds. Those are very different. They're banned in so many other countries around the world. But, you had to use Roundup on those. And we know what that ended up in. But the whole thing here is we've got to get back to going to your local farms, going to your local ranchers, and supporting them and buying good, clean food from them, because the whole system, just like the deep swamp that President Trump's trying to break apart, and people have to be patient because this is not an overnight fix. It didn't take overnight to get here, and it's not going to take overnight to fix it all. So we've got to start in little by little, and I think that's what RFK is doing. But we've got to get back to real food, because I was in Europe. I went to college over in Europe, and I will tell you that you can eat a lot of food over there and nothing, no allergies, no anything happen, because they are dealing with real food and it's fresh food. And we've got to get back to that. We have normalized, just like this country's normalized all the weird things that we've normalized over the years. We've normalized our food supply too. And we've got to wake up and smell the coffee and see that we are not really eating food. We're eating something that our body doesn't know what to do with. And it's affected our whole bodies when we're eating these food. It's affected our brains, our heart, our gut, our skin, our digestive tract. And then what do we do when we get, not feeling well? We've been taught now we got to get a medication. Okay, when that medication's not working, now we got to switch it up and we're treating symptoms and not the cause. So by getting back on the track of eating real food that isn't filled with all of these chemicals, our bodies will not need those things. And that's what Big Pharma's been afraid of. That's what all of these guys that are the bottom line is the thing that they're going after. That's what they're afraid of. They're going to lose money. And plus, we're not sheep when we're eating good food and we're healthy.
Yeah, that's true. And it makes us a lot more free, a lot more independent, and a lot more not only resourceful, but wealthier in so many different ways. You have energy to go out and work and the energy to be productive. I've often said that Big Pharma doesn't want us dead. They want us dependent. And we've created a culture that we're always in the back of the Walgreens or the pharmacy at CVS. We're just waiting in line for a handful of pills that are going to make our levels right, whether it's a statin or blood pressure or a blood sugar. And, the biggest drug you put in your body is the food that you eat. And we're all convicted by that, but I wish that people could have this revelational, eye-opening experience rather than putting another needle in their stomach with the various medications that are out there, the semaglutides, the tirzepatides, that God only knows what that's doing in the long term to people. Yes, they are seeing some weight loss, but they're seeing a lot of other loss as well. And again, we don't know what the effects that's going to have on us long term. So we're seeing this rise, as you alluded to, we're seeing rises in cancers, in sugar issues, in cholesterol issues. We've been lied to about the food pyramid for generations. We've been lied to about what cholesterol actually does to our body, and our brain is made up of cholesterol. We've been told that certain healthy things are unhealthy, and vice versa. So
we've been lied to straight up. We've been lied to, and I don't mind if your friend wants to keep her Mountain Dew, and I don't mind if there are people that want to keep eating crap. But what I do mind is if you're going to make the decision to eat crap and poison your body, then don't come to me and want my tax dollar to support you when you get sick. That's not okay. And we got to figure out a way. Hey, y'all that want to eat crap, you go live over here. And when you get sick, you figure it out. But if you want to take responsibility, and that's what's lacking is, first of all, I wasn't taught this in school. I had to learn it myself. I had a near-death experience. That's why I got on board and walking this walk. The good Lord showed me, and opened this avenue up to me. But the whole thing is, it's called responsibility. Now, you can either be responsible for your own health, or you can put it off on the doctors and Western medicine. And I've studied all kinds of different modalities of different approaches. And so the key thing is, if you want to be responsible for your health, you can be healthy. But if you want to, take all this other stuff in because it tastes good or you're used to it and you don't want to deal with it and you want to take all these, Ozempics and whatever to lose all that obesity that your body's created from the inflammation from the wrong foods and all the altered things in your body and cells, I don't want to be responsible for you. I'm sorry. I don't. To me, that's stupid, but that's okay. Free country. You can be stupid. You got to be responsible for your stupid. And then you got to be responsible if you want to take care of your health. And the most important thing, though, to start is in the gut, because that's where we have all the war going on. And the war between good and bad, just like we got the swamp in D.C. Trump's cleaning the swamp there. We got to clean
it everywhere.
Yeah, we got to clean our swamp up.
And I think that's been the sentiment of Robert Kennedy as well, as he says, I'm not trying to take these things away from you. If you want to do it, you can do it. But, we've normalized obesity. Yep. We've tried to make that a glamorous lifestyle. It's not. But to your point, we end up paying our taxpayer dollars are funding people's medical bills and their health care issues. It's not a healthy lifestyle. And, the body, God created us to eat food. I mean, we're supposed to fuel ourselves, and people are shoving chemicals in the body to make them not want to eat. To me, that's weird. When I go to Europe, if I'm in Italy, these people eat all day long. They eat all day long. The way that they eat, we gorge ourselves at breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then snacks in between. And we buy our meals from the window of a car at a drive-through. That's not real nutrition. It's not real food.
And Chad,
these
the whole thing, when you're in Europe, yeah, they eat all day long, but they eat small little portions. You know why?
Right.
Because when you're eating real food, you don't need huge portions. You know why Americans eat such huge portions? Like they'll sit down and they'll eat a gigantic meal. And then 3 minutes later, after they're done and they're watching TV and a commercial comes on, boop, there to the refrigerator. Why are they doing that? Because their body is searching for the proteins and the enzymes. Enzymes are greatly lacking in this processed food that we call food that we've all been ingesting. It's looking for the vitamins. It's looking for, the minerals, the things that God made these bodies to ingest. So it's no wonder that our bodies are constantly hungry. We're not getting the nutrition, and that's why we got to get back on track, and RFK Jr. is going to do that for us.
You would think that since our bodies are the only one we're ever going to have, you can put plastic and Botox and all kind of chemicals inside of it trying to make it look better, but it's really the only mobile home you're going to carry through this life. You would think we would get to know it a little bit better, spend a little more time understanding our DNA, our chemical makeup, the way that we are constructed and created, and the things that actually feed us. I know I'm sitting here out in the wilderness in the canyons of the hill country of Texas, and I love coming out here, breathing this fresh air, and I look around. And I think about how we corrupt creation in the ways that we just destroy the beauty. The same with our bodies. We really are temples created in this really majestic way, and we treat them like like a double wide trailer that's been hit with a tornado.
That's
and you're right,
analogy.
we are just searching for nutrients. We're searching for the enzymes. Our body is begging for it, and we feed ourselves an insulin spike, and then we crash, and we're looking for another snack. It's like we're constantly living at a buffet. And you guys are doing a great thing over at proud of you. I've taken, I've used your products for a long time now, and I love them very much. And my girlfriend comes over to the house every time I get a new shipment in, and I have to immediately do another order because she steals my kimchi. And so I mentioned that I was going to be talking with you today, and she said, "Tell her to send some more kimchi." And I was like, "Quit stealing my kimchi!" So we love it, and it's just the products that you guys have created over at Brightcore. Are these things that your body is searching for? Tell me a little bit about the process that went in to what you guys created and why it's important.
Well, I started the company, we're going on into 29 years ago. And I started it with something that balanced your pH out, because your blood is the whole thing in your body. And when you have a balanced pH in your blood, you do well, you're healthy, right? But then we started looking at all different areas of the body, the hair, the heart, the brain. And then it's like, well, where does health start? It starts in the gut. And all of these processed foods that we've been eating, that everybody's indulged in, what happens is if you really eat a lot of those, Chad, you have these things, these finger-like protrusions that are in your small intestine that are supposed to be there to absorb the nutrients as they come through. Well, those little villi is what they're called. They die back when you're putting these chemicals in and the processed foods and the dyes and all this. It kills those guys, and they die back, and you have nothing to absorb any nutrients. Not that you're getting a whole lot in processed foods anyway, but the few little things that you might be getting on a daily basis, you're not getting. So we had to pay attention to gut health. We wanted, because what we've come up with, kimchi for our gut, helps restore those villi so you can absorb your nutrients again. It helps restore the health of the good guys in our gut so we can tamp down the bad guys, the fungus, the yeast, the molds, the parasites. And I'm going to tell you something. It's not a pretty picture here. If you've been eating a lot of these processed foods, people, you have parasites. If you've been eating typical American diet, you got mold and yeast overgrowth and all these bad critters in your gut. And so what we decided to do is like, you know what? We're going to put something together from a food that's been known for centuries to help the gut immensely. and we're going to encapsulate it because this food to Americans smells funny and tastes funny. Its original place was Korea. It's called Kimchi, and it's a fermented cabbage with shrimp paste and chilies and all these kind of things. And the American palate is just like, whoa, and so by getting this on a daily basis in a convenient form in capsules, you're going to help aid and abet that gut health, that gut microbiome coming back to a more normalized, balanced state. And those villi are going to grow back. They've done studies to show that actually occurs. And so you don't smell it, you don't taste it, and you can use it conveniently. But this food is so powerful, Chad, that it has over 900 different friendly bacteria, and some strains that are found nowhere else in any other fermented food. It's rich in enzymes, like if you eat sauerkraut or pickles or anything like that, these strains aren't in that. They're in kimchi. So we wanted to make sure that everybody got the king of fermented foods on an everyday basis to help not only their digestion, but skin health, hair health. There was a study done on guys that had male pattern baldness, and women too have it. I think 93% of the guys ended up with thicker hair and also hair growing back. And women, 96% of the women had the same thing. So this helps your hair grow back. It helps you have thicker hair. Then there's been studies done. There was one with 115,000 people in Korea over a 9-year period. And then there was a more recent one with 90 people done, where they showed that they took their measurement, their BMI, body mass index, they took their waist circumference, their hip circumferences, they took their blood, and so they could look at the triglyceride levels and the other lipid levels. And do you know that the majority of the people, they lost weight, their waist circumference went down significantly, hips were reduced significantly, their gut microbiome improved significantly. So overall health was greatly enhanced. Their skin health changed. We've got a direct communication line from our gut to our brain, our gut to our skin, our gut to our hormone, and to our hormone area. And so what happens is when that communication is blocked, or we can't get those signalings right, we're not well in those areas. So when you put something in like kimchi and you're able to get rid of those pathogens, it's like you're sending the super, trained guys in there, and they're killing off
special forces.
The special forces are headed in there. That's right. And so we're getting a healthy gut back again. Thus, we're getting healthy skin, healthy hair. Our weight is coming down. Our body's normalizing to what it should be. It's given a chance because it's getting all of these incredible nutrients out of these capsules every day.
Yeah, and you guys have a list of products that are phenomenal. We're just talking about the kimchi. I always encourage folks, if you go over to mybrightcore.com/America, you will see right at the top of the homepage those kimchi capsules. I don't miss a day. I don't miss a day because for me, as much as I go, as much as I travel, my weekly schedule, I'm constantly in an airport, on an airplane, and then 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm preparing for one show, and then by the afternoon, I'm doing another show. Men aren't designed to talk as much as I am, so I want to make sure that I got as much mental clarity and emotional stability and all of those things working in my brain, and it all starts, as you said, with gut health. It all begins, you think about your brain, the anxiety, the depression, all of the things that a lot of people, and men especially, deal with. It's your gut health. It all starts with your gut health.
In your gut, you manufacture neurotransmitters. Serotonin's one of them. That's for your brain. So if your gut is off balance, your serotonin levels are off balance, and your hormones are off balance. So by eating this every day, you really do. And we've got so many stories of people that were depressed, PTSD, all of these things are changing because their gut health is getting in. So it's extraordinary food and now supplement.
Well, Kim, Makes me want to go in here and take an extra capsule, honestly. I mean, even when I go camping, when I'm out here in the wilderness, I bring this stuff with me. I have it with me. I mean, I can sit here. I could take a statin. I could take a blood pressure medicine. I could take something for gout. I could take all these different pills all day long. You know, I take my little aspirin, take all this stuff. And I'm like, why am I going to stand in the back of the pharmacy, take a handful of pills that equals out to a meal all by itself, or I can take this, help my gut health with Brightcore. I mean,
and you're getting at the cause. You're getting at the cause of it. You're not addressing symptoms. You're getting at the root cause of why you're not feeling well.
It's not a Band-Aid. It's not a Band-Aid. It's actually fixing the issue. Kim, thank you for the time. This is so good. I want everybody to go over to mybrightcore.com/America. If you use promo code America, or you use the QR code that you see right there on your screen, you can get an extra 25% off, or you can get 50% off with free shipping. Give them a call, 888-575-4996. You get 50% off when you call them on the phone, and you might as well call them. You might as well talk to them on the phone. If you got any questions that's out there, they can help you with. So give them a call, 888-575-4996. That's worth the deal. But go to mybrightcore.com/America. Use code America. Don't you dare go there without talking about America. You use promo code America. We're making America healthy again, and the people that are leading the way are people like Kim, who had the vision. You had the vision, and you got this thing done.
Well, and also, Chad, if the first 100 callers, we're going to even throw in a free bottle of vitamin D3, and that's really important for bone health and other things too. So, so let's make America healthy again, but let's start making ourselves healthy again. Yeah. Each individual, we need to be strong and healthy to help President Trump fight these evil people that are out there, because they are evil. We're doing a spiritual war here, people, and we're doing a war inside our guts. So let's get healthy, because weak people don't make good fighters. So let's get strong. Let's strengthen our gut. And Chad, it's been a joy being with you.
Oh, thank you. You're a blessing. Kim Bright, mybrightcore.com/America. Use code America. Be ready for the battle, folks, with Brightcore.